morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we're carrying on our look at the complete history of the Pokemon trading card game by having a good old look at evolutions. This was a good set, ladies and gentlemen. This was a very, very good set. It was the final set of the X and Y block, the proper final set of the X and Y block, and it was a bit of a special one. Came out in Japanese on September the 16th, 2016, following a couple of months later in English on November the 2nd, 2016. And this was a 20th anniversary set. And here's the thing. This was not a base set reprint. It was a new set themed after the base set, but it was not a base set reprint. So you have a look at the Charizard here and you go, oh, that one's a bit lovely, I like that. It's base set Charizard, and yes, it is. But then you look at Blastoise and you're like, mate, that is not base set Blastoise. You're right, it isn't. They reused artwork, they reimagined cards into a more modern setting, and they made, up to the numbers and all of that. It was not a reprint set for the base set. They used a bunch of the cards, and it was like an updated version of it in a lot of ways, but they didn't just reprint base set, and I need you all to know this. Now, there were several cool things about this, but one of which was dual language Executor. Literally printed a dual language card. The Executor was printed in both English and Japanese. That's kind of amazing. One of the other weird things they did was they printed Spirit Links to the Gen 1 first partner Pokemon, your Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. We'd had Megas of those Pokemon since Mega Pokemon were a thing, but we had to wait until Evolutions to actually get our Spirit Links, which was a little bit weird, but I kind of love that they actually went and did this. It would have been easy not to bother. Now, in terms of pre-release promos, we had Gyarados, we had Mewtwo, and we had Machamp. They were awesome. And we had Charizard. And there was no question here. When it came to the pre-release promos, everyone was desperate for the Charizard. Staff pre-release promos, this Charizard went nutty good. But I'll be honest with you, the Charizard pre-release promo from Evolutions, bit of a big deal. And in terms of the most expensive card from the actual set, it was the Mega Charizard EX, the full art Mega Charizard EX, which is still only around a $50 card. It's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but considering what a good set Evolutions was, it's not as big as I might have expected. Now, this was still in the day of theme decks, so we did have a couple of theme decks that we could have a little bit of a look at. There was Mewtwo Mayhem and Pikachu Power. No mucking about here. What are the two most popular Pokemon? Mewtwo and Pikachu. Obviously, there's Charizard. I don't know why Charizard doesn't get a theme deck. Maybe that was a step too far. But they did go for two very popular Pokemon, the Pikachu and the Mewtwo. And what we had here for the Mewtwo deck, we had an exclusive Cracked Ice Holo in the deck, and also a non-holo version of both Nidoking and Hitmonchan. Although, to be fair, they could also be found in the pre-release kits, so it's exclusive enough. There was also a rare Doug Trio in the Mewtwo deck. As for the Pikachu deck, you got the Cracked Ice Holo Pikachu, despite it being a common. And this is what's weird. These theme decks are always built around rares. Not this one. This one is literally just a common. And then there were non-holo foil versions of Raichu and Magneton that were exclusive to this deck, just this deck, not the pre-release kits. And you also got yourself a holo rare Beedrill as well. So yay! Neither of these were particularly good, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I can come along like I did last week with Steam Siege and go, right, this is the better of the theme decks. I'll be honest with you, for Evolutions, it's a bit much of a muchness. Sorry about that. Now, in terms of EXs, we had a few Megas, but we only had two regular EXs. One of them was Mewtwo, and Mewtwo wasn't very good. It did have 3 attacks, which is very unusual, but none of them were particularly good. And then we had Dragonite that really was good. It had the ability Pull Up, that said when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may put 2 basic Pokemon other than Dragonite EX from your discard pile into your hand. Very good card, saw a bunch of play. In terms of Megas, we had the first partner Pokemon back. We had Mega Venusaur. It was not good. We had Mega Charizard. It was not good. And we had Mega Blastoise, which was also not good. We then had Mega Slowbro, which was weird. Mega Slowbro was one people tried to make work. I think they failed pretty comprehensively. But it was one that people tried to make work. It was kind of cool. It was honestly awesome that Mega Slowbro was a thing in the first place. We also had Mega Pidgeot. So if anyone's wondering, 5 Megas and only 2 that didn't have a Mega. Mega Pidgeot, no, honestly. Again, another fairly underwhelming EX. I'm sorry, it wasn't particularly good. But this being the last X and Y set, we had some breaks. We had 4 new Pokemon breaks as well. So we had Ninetales, which could do 10 damage and discard all energy, and do 60 more for each energy discarded. Never saw a huge amount of play. Starmie Break. Now, I loved Starmie Break. Single energy did 100 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon break. It was a real occasional tech, but it did pop up occasionally. It was really fun. Nidoqueen Break was not good. 120 and double poison, but no. And then Machamp Break was fun. 100 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon attacks to 100 more. But no. Sorry. I love that there was a Machamp Break, but it wasn't particularly good. Now, in terms of secret rares, we had full art Megas of the first partner Pokemon, Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, but only the Megas, not the regular. We did have regular and Mega EX Pidgeot as full arts, which was kind of cool. And then the regular EXs, your Mewtwo and your Dragonite, did get full arts as well, which was rather lovely. And you might be wondering why there's no Mega Slowbro or Slowbro full art. It's because originally Mega Slowbro actually released in the Mega Slowbro and Surfing Pikachu set over in Japan. And we've seen this like a million times at this point, that where a card originates as a promo in Japan, we don't unfortunately get it as a full art, and when it comes out over here, we don't get it. And I should say regular Slowbro EX was in that same box, so yeah, they don't get full arts, they just had the regular versions. Sorry about that. But then there were some truly weird secret rares as well. Now, I suppose the full art Brock and Misty were not that weird, but any original Pokemon fan, any Gen 1 Pokemon fan, any old anime fan is going to look at that with a lot of love. We've got the dual Executor in both English and Japanese I showed you a minute ago, which was amazing. And then we had Imakuni's Doduo. Firstly, weird artwork, but I love it. Secondly, read the card. Pokemon Power Frenzied Escape. When this Doduo retreats, hold this card and throw it as hard as you can because Doduo is running away. Throw the card horizontally with a snap to get the furthest distance. And then harmonize. From the moment you use this attack, you may begin to sing a song. You must begin to sing a song. While the song is being sung, the game continues. When the song is concluded, this attack does 30 damage. Such a weird, dumb card, and I love it. And there was a reprint of the old supporter card, Here Comes Team Rocket, with new artwork as well. Evolutions was a weird set, a special set, and it was fun. It was not a good set in terms of playability, I'm going to be honest with you. I've done what I usually do and make a list of the best cards in the set, but it is a thin list. I was convinced the Beedrill was going to be good. 2 energy and it does 40 damage times the number of Beedrill you have in play to one of your opponent's Pokemon, i.e. you can snipe for 160. Never worked, but it was a fun idea. So, yeah, I don't know if that one really counts. Starmie was actually a really cool card. Starmie let you search for a couple of basic energy and put it into your hand. Found its way into some Volcanion lists, for instance. You did have to discard a card from your hand to do this, of course. And then other energy-hungry decks. So the Starmie was legit. And sometimes you would see Starmie break teched in when decks were playing Starmie because against some decks, this was actually busted. Not many, but occasionally. Electrode was a really fun card with the ability Bazap Thunder. Let you knock it out and attach it to one of your lightning Pokemon as a double lightning special energy card, which was really fun. Rattata saw a little bit of play because the ability Mischievous Fang, again, the original base set Rattata did not have this. When you benched it, you discarded all Pokemon tools from your opponent's active. Not a terrible card. And Raticate was actually kind of fun. Single energy, 60 damage for each special energy card in your opponent's discard pile. It was quite cool. Again, we're talking a fringe card, but it saw a little bit of play. And then the real star of the set was Dragonite EX. Dragonite EX was actually legit, but there's a strong argument that it was basically the only really good card in the set, for which I can only apologise. Sorry. There were some trainers, but they were largely reprints from other places. So, look, Evolutions as a set for playability, no. It made almost no impact on the metagame. A couple cards here and there. But in terms of a really cool collectible set, Evolutions was awesome. And the final Gen 6 set, and I'm currently replaying Gen 7 games, so maybe soon we get on some Gen 7 love? For now, I want to know what you think about Evolutions. Were you around at the time? If so, give me your memories. If not, give me your thoughts seeing it now. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And, send this to your friends because these videos take so long to make. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.